Howdy folks. This while back I had gutted these doors out a year ago or something. Cut all this out. Here was all stamped metal supports, and there were brackets for mounting your window regulator and door handles and everything. And when I got done, the someone or a couple people posted, now that you've cut everything out, I'd like to see how you're going to open the door and get out of the car. So I thought I'd show how I'm going to do that. And this was the plan all the way. Here's the latch back here. And I don't know if I can get this in here. I have a door pull with a 16th inch cable that I made some loops in. And there's just use a little crushed ferrule deal. And the other end here is just a steel 1/4 inch tubing that I've slicked up a little bit, polished up a bit. So obviously this would go on here, and got a bracket that I'll mount here, but it's just simply like a ripcord. So, and it works. I know because I already did the other side. So I need to make another one. We were making door panels and stuff, so I thought I would kind of document that a little bit. How I made this without any kind of special tools or anything. This is my second one. You can see it's just plain looking. I'll polish this up in a few minutes. But I just used old vise, piece of tubing. I'm not sure what actually size it is. 1 3/4, I think. And no benders or nothing. I just stuck it in here straight. Now that one of the tricks is, and I used a little piece of leather, I don't know where it was, I clamped her down a little bit like this, held it in place, and bent it around. When I got it so far around, I reversed it, clamped it here, and these are kind of short, so I used a screwdriver up inside there to get some leverage, bent it back, and I just kept working it until I got that shape. And I may, if you'll see the side, I'm not sure, I may take this and kind of bend these a little bit, so when it does, it kind of sticks out from the door a bit. So this gets polished up. And all I need to do is get my ferrules and make my loops in there, and I'll feed that around, crimp it. And I thought I would show how I crimp with no special tools. And we're back. All polished up, cleaned up, trimmed, and now I'm gonna show how I crimp that ferrule on there. It'll go on through. Come on, baby. Here we go. I guess I should have put that on first. So we just go from the other end. There. It's a small thing, that's for sure. Okay. No special tools, really. Almost everybody's got a little flaring tool. it might actually be a little easier. You have to hold everything. Yeah. Slipping back through there. All right, well. Yeah, I make it look easy, don't I? Yeah. Well, a little more of a fight, and I didn't get it up as far as I wanted. It slipped on me, but there it is. Trust me, it's a little easier than the way I made it look. Now, I can compare. Oops. I'm going to do it again. Trim it so I got lots in case. Just in case. And it's a bit longer. Tighten it up just a bit. See how that works. It's almost exact. What I really need is to just kind of, I'm going to check this on the door. Be right back. And voila, there's a second. We got 2 door pulls now, matching. And got to make the bracket. I use to hold it up. I'll show that. And the door panels. And then the whole thing complete when we get there. I've kind of got this one set up here now. You can see the bracket I was talking about. It's just a guide. It just helps hold it up there. So whenever you're pulling on it, it's not, ripping on the door panel. Comes across, hooks on that post. And to mount this, we got to put the glass in. And I've got a bracket here to hold the glass up and in place. And to the other side. Ooh. In order to get the glass in, there's still a little piece of a channel, steel channel here, where the vent wing went. And should have cut that out a long time ago, but before I painted it anyway, I didn't, obviously. And so I have to cut this out. So we've got it all hopefully protected where I don't mess up the paint. So stay tuned. Got the track cut out. Didn't make too much of a mess. Now I've got the felt in here. I'm using felt. They use a old-time trick. I know one of the Volkswagen guys back in the old times, they actually used some rubber gas line, split it right down the middle and fit it over there, and that kept it from, you know, shaking in and out like that. But I'm just going to use this felt. I have it, and I thought I'd just give her a shot here. So that goes up in there. But I'm going to see here. Keep losing stuff. That ever happened to you? And this is what I use to hold it up in there. I'm going to have to trim. Yep. Same as the other. I had to trim off about a ½ an inch because I wanted to mount onto this through the door panel here and hold this on with some rivets or screws. So I need to do this. It's about the exact same. I'm going to mark a little line just so I know that I'm back in the exact same place. So I'm going to trim off about, what the world? Turn about a ½ inch off the bottom of this, and then it'll fit up in there, and all the little holes will line. The clouds will part and the sun will shine, and then all will be right with the world. Alrighty, we're gonna finally got my door panel done, and I made a kind of a video, but I didn't like it. So just to recap, this is I looked around for backing, you know, make a board for the panel, and I didn't want to use like Luan or something like that, something thick and heavy. And I thought about aluminum trim coil, but that stuff's kind of pricey, and I don't want an aluminum interior. That's just not the way that they did it. And so I just happened to be sitting around one day, and there was, looking around the shop, it just occurred to me there's a big piece of cardboard. And it made me think about getting this stuff called chipboard, that it's cardboard like on your cereal box, that kind of compressed single layer stuff, but you can get it in thicker thicknesses, and you can get like a 3 foot by 4 foot piece. I couldn't source any place that had the thickness I want, the size I want. They wanted to sell like a whole pallet. So it didn't work out financially. So, and one day just looking around, I said, well, let me just use this. This is plain old corrugated cardboard, and I painted it with just some paint I had laying around, just happened to be brown, to kind of seal it up a little bit, keep moisture off of it. And I used some headliner material that I had for a little bit of padding, and my dear sister and niece got me this vinyl last year for Christmas. That's how long I've been planning on that, getting this part done. Well, that tortoise and the snail thing, I took it too much to heart, I guess. And so here it is. There it is. Ba-boom. And I weighed that. That's like 1.5 pounds, by the way. The door, I probably went over this before, but here's just a cable guide. There's my door pull, a rip cord. I'm calling it a rip cord. My ejection cord. And this is the tricky part. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. The way I'm doing this. This has got these things are in there. Whoa. I kind of put that up there just to help. you see. So I put a grommet. You have the cable guide comes out. You got a grommet so it's not just ripping on, makes nicer look. I got them, so why not? This is the real challenge, to be honest. I need a different thing. When I do this for real, I've got an E-clip that'll go on there. It's so close to that door, this door frame here, that I don't think it's coming out. And this is the part that I think I'm going to have to do it like this. And this, it's a tube. I did it differently on the other side. I wish I'd just redone this. I used a much larger. I actually found an old bent push rod. It's a 3/8 tube, which makes it a lot easier. This is 1/4 inch. It's a little bit harder. And I split it so that you could kind of slide it on. And I may not even need this, but I thought it would be a good idea to just hold that up off. And it's sort of a octopus deal here. A little bit cumbersome, I guess, but oh well. Mom said I was a genius, so. The only thing I'm missing actually is my door bolt. I was going to take a piece of leather, but get her all along here. I'm going to use these screws with cabinet washers. Just some, get it up here. I've seen this done. I was going to use some snaps, and it's kind of a hassle trying to get the screws and everything to work out. So. Get them all started before I tighten them down. butt down here. Wide open situation. Yeah. Right, well. It'll start it with a screwdriver. Done real long. Man, the price of screws and things like that. I mean, I just went up and got made this little tool for putting riv nuts in, and they're so small. That's just an 832 thread, number 832, and I got one that has a Allen head on it, and I could use the drill with the clutch on it to kind of run them in and tighten them. But the ends would kind of, if you got, let it pop out or something, it would strip that out. That sucker was like $1. This right here at the local guy was $1.30 for each one of them. Man, I believe in giving the local guy some money, but I didn't say I wanted to put his kid through Harvard or something. This one. I need my leather hand pulled, and once I get it centered and all snugged up here, I can take these two back out. I think that's going to be just fine. So, yeah. Wonder if I that almost. Eyeball it now. Man, put a little thread, a real light thread locker on. Man. Get you in here and let you look at it. If the light will cooperate. There's my ripcord. Not the slickest thing you ever saw, but by golly, it suits me. And it's race car. It's racy car type stuff. And I've only got 3 more to do. Woo! Well, I'll save you that. When they're all done, we'll get a walk around or something. Till next time.